The Marsh Boys podcast is brought to you by
Papa Earl's, Cajun seasoning at its best. Use it on chicken, beef, fish, vegetables, Bloody Marys, and everything in between. Check out their fish fry for that perfect golden crispiness and that great Cajun flavor.
and Top Down Decoys, the most affordable silhouette decoy on the market. Their horizontal and vertical styles are both a perfect fit for adding numbers to your snow, speck, and Canada spread.
You can check out all of our great sponsors through the link in any of our social media bios. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Hey, take it!
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Marsh Boys podcast. I'm your host, Brian,
I'm Ryan.
and we are joined today for episode 101 by Scotty Hunter. How you doing, Scotty?
Oh, not too bad, guys. How we doing today? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's been a couple months work in progress now.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Lives are busy and all that, but
Absolutely.
it's all we're here.
So, as we talked before, how excited are you for September 2nd?
Man, these last few days, walking out of the house, go to work. Oh, dude, I'm ready. I'm fired up about it. It's geese are starting to fly around more and more, and yeah, it's I'm counting down the days, honestly. So I can't wait.
How early do you start scouting?
I mean, I've been running around for probably, at least the last 2 weeks or so, kind of checking fields and waters and stuff like that. But definitely, these next couple weeks or so, I'm definitely going to be every day, so checking everything.
Has it ever happened where you're scouting out a field for the beginning of the season and they were on it the day before and then they just did not want to show up that very next day?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That's just how early honkers are.
So frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's, sweet corn or something like that, but it's.
Oh, I'm waiting on a sweet corn field to get cut right now.
That's right, man. Same here. But,
So,
that's key,
what would you say is the most difficult part about hunting residential geese versus migratory geese?
Yeah, just consistency. Getting good weather, pushing them out to feed. Like last year, the first week of the season, I think we we only killed a handful of geese, and it's just because temperatures were in 95 plus degree weather. Geese were going from water to water, and just didn't. It was hard to find them in a field that time, but really, once you get the good, cool temperatures and pushing them out to feed early in the mornings, late in the afternoons, whatever. That's what I would say, honestly. Just consistency with the birds.
I gotcha.
You're good.
Is there any different technique from your calling? Are you quieter? Are you louder? Is it situational?
So resident birds, yeah. If I'm hunting a field that they've been in, yeah, I'm just gonna give them the low end, just honks, clucks, moans, just that finesse work. Running traffic on them, obviously, I'm gonna get a lot louder and aggressive. Really, working the flag, and the same thing goes with migrators. The louder and the more excited you get with them, it seems like the harder they start dropping at you. But yeah, definitely getting into a field that you got good visibility, throw out, the kitchen sink at them, as I like to do, and yeah, just rip on a call on them, man.
So
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. So
I was always curious about this, and not to go too far into where and all that stuff. When you're taking people out and you're doing it every single day, did you learn anything like finesse-wise going out every single day that you had to change, or it just seemed the same?
So yeah, it's definitely reading the birds every single day, because yeah, you might go there's days you go out, they don't want to hear it, and then yeah, there's days where they want everything under the sun till their feet hit the ground, and that too, that I've seen it, change flock to flock throughout a hunt. It's just really being able to read those birds and just kind of, just keep changing it up, see what works, stick with it, run with the next flock, kind of see what they're doing. If you start out loud and aggressive on them, whatnot, or vice versa, start out low and they're just kind of going on by you, whatnot, I can ramp it up on them. Tell them like, hey, this is the field you're landing in, not the
Yep.
one over there. You're coming here.
I guess
So yeah, definitely, yeah. Go ahead.
the better way I could explain it or ask is, do you think it's more dialed in now that you had to do it every single day like that? Do you think like
Oh,
there
for
is
sure.
a way to get that perfected, or you think it just changes so much every day, every week, every year that it's something you got to constantly evolve?
I think, yeah, it's definitely something, yeah, where you gotta evolve, and with experience, that comes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely say that. I would definitely agree with you. It definitely, it changes up every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite parts about goose hunting. Like that is, I tell whenever we get to talking about goose hunting, I say like goose hunting is my deal. That's what I love more than anything that
yep.
we do. And
Get it.
I mean, you're shooting the same color birds, but they act different every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's shoot, them resident birds, them big old, honkers,
Yep.
It's it's awesome, like with migrators, you're getting those mid-continent, those smaller, sub geese, whatnot. But yeah, they it's like I said, they're all different, man, and it's all fun. Every
Mm-hmm.
single flock's like the first one all over again for me,
Yeah.
honestly. So
So now, should have prefaced Ryan's question with you do guide.
yep.
Are you guiding every day for goose season in September, or are you guiding weekends, splitting your weeks up? How do you go about that, and how long have you been guiding?
So this year, starting a new job and whatnot, it'll be for September, looking more towards weekends. I'm working in some weekdays here and there when we're slow, but and the same goes for the regular season. And going to push more for the weekends and weekdays here and there, for the most part. Um, and then I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
How long have you been guiding?
Oh shoot. So I've been guiding for 12 years now. So I started out in Kansas. Um, Worked at a few different places out there. Came back, guided here in Jersey for a couple places, and then up in New York and whatnot. But yeah, as of right now, I'm just strictly guiding here in New Jersey for myself.
For
Mm-hmm.
So
yourself, right?
yes, yep.
What's so I didn't realize you started out in Kansas. Did you live out there, go to college out there, and
So I lived out there for 6 years or so. Started actually did went to college in southeastern Illinois. Um, Got a degree wildlife management, shooting complex management.
very nice.
2 years at the school, third year as an internship. So I got placed at a upland bird ranch in southeast Kansas for my internship. Stayed there, worked for a few years after that, and then started guiding for some outfitters in that same area. Kind of doing a little bit of everything. So,
Now, I don't hear too much about Kansas's goose hunting deal. I mean, you obviously hear more about their neighboring states, Oklahoma, Texas, and whatnot. Is it
yep.
just as exciting in Kansas?
Oh man, it's so I was mainly in the southeast part of the state, there in the Flint Hill region,
Okay.
and there it's more river bottoms, ag field, smaller ag fields. I say smaller, but still, woodlots and whatnot. Now we did run a lodge out in the central part of the state, and out there, it's just freaking flat,
Yeah.
ag field all over the place. But so when we shot more mallards and big geese in the southeast corner. We shoot some specks here and there. We never really did get a whole lot of lessers in that area, but once you went to the central part of Kansas, that's where you were getting into freaking everything out there.
Yeah.
Snow, specks, little Canadas, big Canadas, and every single duck under the sun pretty much, But yeah, it was man, it was fun. We had some great hunts out there. Met a lot of great people. Hunted with a lot of great people. And people that I still, I call friends to this day. Still keep in touch with them. And yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to get back out there just to go do some some personal hunt, some buddy hunting out there.
Yeah.
So a lot of great options for public ground, but no other than that, man.
Do you plan on going back out this year for, like you said, personal hunts?
We'll see. I'm gonna stick. So I'm thinking about going up to Mass, go hunt up with a buddy up there, New Hampshire, and then we're gonna try and jump around here.
There you go.
Hey,
I've
buddy.
never heard New Hampshire come out as a state where somebody's like, yeah, I'm going to go waterfowl hunt up in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vermont, the same thing, man. Just those, you get good pockets of them, and it's yeah, my buddy up there, they shoot the piss out of them. So
I guess.
anyway, I can extend my season, because
Hey,
we can't
fair.
shoot in October,
Yeah.
So
You get a week.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, I guess. We'll jump up to New York this year for sure, and kind of bounce around until we get fired off during the regular season here.
So, real quick, before we get off the goose subject, how do you feel about Jersey's new regulations? I mean, we keep the 3-bird limit, but we lose 2 weekends.
It's they just keep us shaking our heads, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. Last year was fucking great.
Oh, it was
you know?
amazing. It was the best season I've personally had.
Oh, it was all around. Everybody was killing geese all across the state and shooting a pile of it.
And there was plenty to go around.
Oh, dude, we could have kept going all the way through February where
Yep.
I'm at. But yeah, I was very happy that we went back to the 3-bird and the regular season. Allotted season last year, but hey, it is what it is. We're gonna roll with the punches, and we're gonna go. So
Absolutely.
it's yeah. Hopefully they can kind of get their heads out of their asses and kind of get just give us just go back to like how it was, man.
Yeah.
And add in October. That'd be awesome
I
too.
agree 100%.
That's what the
You know.
survey's for, but
Yeah,
It's
it's
no, you're good. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying. I mean, shoot. I mean, take off a week or so in September and give us, during, that October 15th or something, because that's when they really start pushing through.
Yep.
But,
They really should. I feel like they should kind of shift it, just because it's so hot when we started. I mean, yeah, we're kind of in a colder stretch right now, but it's going to be hot again in the beginning of September.
yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So I was
I don't
going to ask. You sound like you've gone to a lot of like hidden gem states. Would you say that that's kind of what it is? Do you find that New Jersey lives up to the expectations of the more known states? We like to ask, the people we interview from New Jersey how it compares.
Yeah. I mean, really, you don't hear nobody talk about New
No.
Jersey. The hunting.
I'll say, if they talk about New Jersey, they always tell you how pretty Cape May is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Snooky? Fuck no, I don't know her.
Yeah.
But yeah, or it's yeah. I mean, as far as what all we can hunt in this state, the opportunities, and like too how diverse our state is. Yeah, it's just other than a few people upper northeast, that come down to shoot a bunch of deer during gun season. Other than that, you just don't hear people talk about New Jersey. And yeah, I think we do have a great opportunity in the state to kind of chase a little bit of everything.
That's
Shit.
what I've always said was, I mean, since we started the podcast, I always thought it was a great place to start
Mhm.
because you can go, at least where we live, you can go an hour west. What I should say is you can go 10 minutes west of me and shoot all the wood ducks and the teal and everything you want. You can go hit a lake and shoot all your mallards, and then you can go to the coast and the salt marsh and shoot all your black ducks and your pintails and all stuff like that. And then you can go out in the bays and shoot your scoters, your longtails, and your buffleheads.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Yeah,
very
it's-
few duck species that we don't see come through New Jersey.
Yeah. Up by us, for the most part, obviously early season, yeah, we got woodies all over the place. And then, mallards and black ducks, black ducks are always going to be a given up by us, too. We have shot a few more pintails the last couple of years up here, which is nice. And some odd ducks popping here and there, but yeah, down where you guys are at, Yeah, you guys, like you said, you can go after everything down there.
Yeah,
Waterfowl wise, it's even with the geese. Shoot, I mean, all them down there. Let me ask you, have you guys started seeing specks down there?
okay. So I talked about. I cannot remember who the guest was. I saw 3 last year.
Oh shit.
They
Okay.
were in a pocket with some farm geese that hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I drove by like I was on my way home from work. We were going to stopping somewhere out of the way. We went by this little lake, and I looked over and I'm like, those are fucking specks.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Dad, turn around. He goes, why? I said, turn around now. Hit the U-turn. We're going back by that lake. And sure enough, there was 3 specks in what looked like a pocket of like white farm geese.
No kidding.
Yep. That was something I wanted to ask you because we've talked to Jeff Stanfield about it, and he said that the spec movement is wild. He said
Absolutely. Oh,
they're seeing them spread all over. How long do you see them in Jersey consistently anyway?
so actually, about 2 weeks ago, on my way to work, seen one with a handful of honkers, and same thing. Drove right by it, like, yeah, that's a speck. um, same thing. Hit the brakes, whatnot. But and then there's a gun club close by me, and we were over there for I think a pheasant shoot or something like that. But we're hanging out at the clubhouse, and there's a couple big lakes on the property, and late and like of course after the season,
Yep.
you could go there to that middle lake, and you'll have honkers come over you by the thousands. It's unbelievable. Everything else freezes up, and they go there. And
Okay.
we're standing on the porch and had a flock of 15, 20 specks come right over the top of us, and doing their freaking, giggle, whatever you want to call it. But, they came right over the top, and, the manager there, I'm like, hey, you got specks flying over. He's like, yeah, they've been here for like a couple weeks or so. And I'm like, so yeah, that was a couple years back. And then it's probably 10 years back or so. Was the first one I'd seen around our area flying with a bunch of honkers, and same thing, heard them in the flock and couldn't believe it. But
Well, I tell
yeah,
you
man,
what,
I think
That's exciting.
they're coming.
Yeah.
if you ever start opening up spec hunts, you sign us up for the first one.
Hey, we got it, man.
That is-
But I think definitely down the road, man, we're definitely going to start seeing them more and more. So
Yeah, that is like my number 1 bucket list continental U.S. bird.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other
man,
than
they're
that,
pretty
it's the
all fired
barnacle
up.
geese.
There you go, man. There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. Like I said, and I think it'll be a little longer than a few years down the road. I think we'll start seeing them more and more as the years go by. I don't think it'll be as crazy to hear from your buddy that he saw a couple specks.
Yeah,
But
and
I mean, it's
there's people I've heard that shoot them late in the season up in North Jersey.
okay.
And even PA and New York. They'll see them, and every now and then you'll have somebody shoot one.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
It's,
they're migrating. Specks are coming now. We saw the sandhill cranes last year.
Oh, we get a handful of sandhill cranes every year come through one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing there was 3 of them down that way. I remember we were snow goose hunting out, down that way, and out on some public ground, and yeah, they flew on by and landed in the field next to us.
Were they
so,
were they in a? I could probably tell you without saying it. I could probably tell you the exact field you were in too, because they're very, very, very historic birds. They come to the same field, the same spots every year. It was probably, yeah. But no, we got a picture. I think on the Morse Boys page, I got a picture of 3 of them feeding in the field. And same thing, it was me and my girlfriend, and I drove by and I stopped on the brakes. She about flew through the windshield and goes, "What the fuck was that about?" And I said, "Look," and she's like, "They're birds." I'm like, they're not just birds.
They're not just birds, baby.
No, not just your average bird around here.
So, speaking of wild things, that necklace, for those of you, well, nobody can see, that necklace that you're wearing with all the bands on it, what are some of the craziest bands you have on there?
Oh, shoot. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a couple on here that are freaking, 13, 14 years old. Some that are all the way up, tip of Quebec. I don't know. It's just that each one of them, man. It's just different. Shot with a certain special somebody. Like my dad or granddad or anything. Probably the craziest. I mean, I think this one here on the end. I can't really see it, but I think the last one I put on there, yeah, it was like a 14-year-old mallard band. So
That's crazy.
What's the oldest band you shot between snow geese, ducks?
I shot a honker that was 16.
That's pretty old for a honker.
16, and same thing was up there like the tip of Quebec, like Quactac, Quebec is where it came from.
Really?
Huh.
It ended up being, I think, like 1,600 miles or so from the band, where it was banded to where I shot it from. So
Damn.
flew all that way just to get shot by little old me. So
Been doing that same thing for 16 years.
that's right, not no more.
Did you see any like calloused up pellets in it when you breasted it out, or?
No.
I shot a 7-year-old goose with a band on it.
Okay.
And I breasted it out. It had 3 pellets in it that was calloused over, and it's
No kidding.
Yep.
I'm waiting on a double band. My dad's the only person I've seen shoot a double band, and it was back early 2000s. Had $100 reward band on one of them. We shot it early September. But
I've seen
that was
one.
No kidding. Yeah,
I've
it's
seen one.
they sent him the check in the mail, the whole thing. That was back. Yeah, they sent you everything back in the mail.
Yeah, funny. I think we've got Buggy to talk about it. My cousin Buggy to talk about it before. He punched a hole in the school bleachers one day, and they wanted him to give $100 so he could buy the new top for the bleachers. Well, that weekend he went and shot I think it was a Canada goose with a $100 reward band on it.
There you go.
Covered the
right place, right timing, man. It was just meant to be.
Now,
that's awesome.
To your knowledge, do they still do the reward bands?
I'm not sure. I mean, you'll hear like the colored bands on ducks, but as far as rewards on honkers, really, I'm not too sure if they do anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I know you see on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You see some guys that shoot some every year, but they are older birds. So I just didn't know if that's something they still did or not.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Be nice.
Yeah,
cool.
it would be very
not
nice.
cool if they did.
Yeah.
Now, with your extensive goose hunting and all that, have you ever got like a tracking band or a backpack or anything like that?
Oh man, I'm not cool enough for that club yet.
You got to brant hunt a little more for that.
Oh man, yeah, and I got a good close buddy, man, and they shoot the hell out of the brant, and he'll be sending me snaps, oh, got another one, oh, this one's got a backpack on it. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll go fuck myself then, I guess. I don't know, it's the same thing though. But no, honestly, with honkers, I have chased a few neck collars around, never did get them. But yeah, other than that, man, it's just on the legs,
Yeah, that seems like another rare thing to do. I mean, it seems like almost all the out-of-state banning you see is snow geese, especially neck collar. I don't think I've seen a recent on the East Coast anyway. I know they do a lot on the West Coast with all them different subspecies out there, but I haven't seen a neck collar in a long time. There was one floating around last September. I don't know whatever happened to it, but that's the first one I've heard of in a while.
Yeah, the one there was one close by the house that it was a female. She had an orange neck collar on her, and yeah, same thing. Like you said with the sandhills. Me and the girlfriend were driving. I think we were going to go groceries or something. I looked down, it's swimming, and I slam on the brakes, pulled in real quick. She's cussing me up and down. Hell are you doing? Look.
Yeah, seriously.
But other than that, man, I'm still waiting on it though. I'm waiting on it.
So I'm very big into calls. You can see up here, I got a call collection. I love goose calling. Yep. What kind of calls do you run?
So I'm mainly a molt gear guy. I've been running them for the last 6-7 years or so.
You got it on them early then.
Yeah, it was still I got basically the whole line. But I recently though I picked up that the Quill Creek.
I got
call.
one too. Yep.
I seen that. You like it, man?
I love it.
It takes a little more air to get going, but I love it. It's
See, my normal calls, like the call before that was a GP call. I forget the actual name of it. It's killing me, but I use I really like foils calls. I like calls that take a lot of air. So it's the opposite for me. I got a hold of that quill call. It's snappier, crisper, doesn't take as much air as I'm used to, and it's like learning to call all over again.
Oh man, it's a good sounding call. It's goosey on the low end.
Yes.
I like that call. So it's been working with it every day and trying to get it broke in, but figure it out. But yeah, I've been started out, of course, if you waterfowl hunt, on the East Coast, you're always going to start out with an Eastern Shoreman. That's kind of the right, started out with those, and then just kind of jumped around to short reach, trying different stuff, but yeah, once I got that molt gear, it's it's just it fit me, and that's
So do you use the Rush, the Reflex? What's your go-to molt gear call?
So I mostly got the Reflex.
Okay.
I run that. That's always on my lanyard. And then I always have a backup lanyard in my bag, because God forbid, But that one I'll have the Rush on there. I got another Reflex on that. And yeah, the same. I'm the same as you, man. I got a call collection. I got all kinds of shit. So I got 10 ground calls in there. It's kind of bounce around, but
that's the same way as your meats call, right?
Yeah, I have a foils Market Hunter.
No, not that one. The custom engraved one.
Oh, that's a river bottom call.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, it took me a while to find that. I actually found it. It was funny. This lady, I'm on a call group on Facebook, and she posted a picture. Like, something happened with her husband. She was selling her husband's call collection, and she had.
Oh no.
She
good for you, but up for him.
She was selling the two foils calls in the front, and I looked at it because I've been looking for a nice foil Showtime to put in the case. And I saw the call, and like I said, I've been looking for one of these calls for like 2-3 years now since I found them. Yeah. And she had it in the background. So I shot her a message. I said, "Hey, what's that white call, that bone color call you got in the background?" She goes, "Oh," she told me what it was, and I said, "How much you want for it?" And she was like, "I don't know what I can't find anything on it." I said, "What about like $60 shipped?" And she was like, "Yeah, deal." And I was like, "Send it my way."
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was supposed to strictly stay in a case, but it is such a loud call. I have that. I keep it on my lanyard especially for migrators trying to get their attention, because I like to run a lot of traffic. I think that's the funnest way to hunt geese.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You didn't tell him what was on the back though.
Oh, yeah. All them calls that guy made was personally engraved, so I got some dude's dog named Meat engraved on my call.
Nice.
Meat lives on.
It's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Do you ever do any kind of competition calling? Ever try any of that?
I jumped on the stage down in Easton when I was like 12 years old, like in the duck calling competition.
Yeah.
Of course, didn't make it past the first round, but, I've always kind of thought about it, but it's, I've always looked at myself as more of a meat caller, You got your field trial dog and your meat dog, I'm a meat caller,
You ought to come down to the Barnegat show and do it. I started last year. I'm going to do it every year now.
Absolutely. Now, when's that going?
They should be sending the flyer, like posting the flyers here soon. It's either, I think it's closer to like the middle of October they do it. The Barnegat Bay decoy and gunning show.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, for sure, man. That'd be awesome. Come down, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, other than the call, there's only a handful of guys that enter it. It's super relaxed competition. They do have the state duck call competition where you can enter it. If you win, you go to Stuttgart and do that, which I'm not. I'm not that kind of duck caller.
Oh man, it's we go down to the waterfowl festival every year down in Easton.
Yeah,
and hearing those guys call up
crazy.
On that, got to listen, like John Walls, dude.
It's crazy.
And especially in that auditorium, you hear them all talk about it, and it is. There's nothing like it when you're sitting in that auditorium in the high school, and those guys are just ripping up there.
Yeah, we haven't gotten down there yet. This year we're definitely going. As long as the dates line up, we're not doing anything. But
Gotcha. Yeah, it always it's always close by my birthday, so we always go down and
oh,
stuff
there you
like
go.
that.
There you go.
So,
So, you said you're a meat hunter.
uh
What do you have any go-to recipes for geese? Like, how do you eat geese?
I mean, shoot, first part of the year, we'll make some jerky out of them, stuff like that. We'll throw them in a crock pot, shred them up, we'll, you know, put brewed coffee in there with the breast and just let it
We
sit
just
for a
found
while.
out about that. Yeah.
Yep, my girlfriend just did that last year at the end of the season. She did it with a couple of geese we shot. It was great.
Barbecue sauce in there the whole
Yeah.
night, and shoot, every now and then, you get a wild hare plant, and freaking regular season bird that has some good fat on them, we'll slice them up and throw them in the frying pan and grill them up real quick, it's just all about how you cook them,
Absolutely.
I didn't know if you had
Um,
any special recipes that, maybe make it a little bit more appetizing for the non-hunter.
You got to throw some Papa Earls on it.
I was gonna say something, it's honestly, man, that crock pot recipe, the shredding it, I took it to a family Christmas party, and it was gone, in no
You didn't
time.
tell them, did
And
you?
they're like, "Oh, what was that?" I'm like, "Oh, that was actually all them geese we shot yesterday." But yeah, and then honestly too, we turn a lot of it into dog food. I feed my dog off of it. All my buddies that I hunt with, we've all got dogs, so it gets fed to them quite a bit too. So kind of once it gets colder and all that, I gotta get some fat on them. But and it all gets put to good use.
Yeah.
So
Now, have you always had your own dog, or is this something you've recently done?
no, so the dog I have now, he's 13 months now. His name's Goose. I just
Same.
got so. Is it? Hell
my
yeah,
dog's
man.
name is Goose.
So I got him this past winter. So my last dog, Remy, unfortunately, I had to put him down back in December.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Yeah, man, it's a tough. I don't wish it on nobody. It's a lot of people have dogs, but a lot of people don't have hunting dogs like we. It's just a different bond.
Yep.
And yeah, dude, it fucking sucked. I'm still dealing.
Yeah.
We're all gonna deal with it. Had him for 9 years, guided over him for 9 years. Drive out the he was a dickhead at home, most of the time, but like same thing. He was that meat dog. He was gonna get that bird no matter what. But so actually, I didn't wait long. About 3 days after I put him down, I'm driving down to Virginia to go pick up Goose. He was 3.5 months, 4 months old or so at the time. And yeah, man, we've been doing a lot of work this off season, getting him ready, and I'm excited to get him out. But I've had a couple other good hunting dogs in my life, and the first one was definitely he was a big old black lab named Stormy. And he's the one that really, lit that fire of hunting with a dog. And, he was my first hunting dog. We had a couple labs before that, but they were just house dogs, and then Stormy came into the mix, and yeah, man, he hunting with him definitely lit that fire for me. And then
It opens up a whole different passion for it. Goose is my first hunting dog. This will be his second
full.
This will be
year.
his second full season. And he got. I shouldn't say I will. I mean, this year I've worked him in the water a lot more over the off season. He's got a lot more comfortable in it. But he was only he went on a couple hunts with us last year, and he got 35 retrieves, 35 geese.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. And just seeing that seeing it click for him, when you're out there, it's a good buddy of mine. He has a dog actually that's half brothers with Goose, and this will be his second year. But yeah, man, he got out last year, and yeah, I mean, he freaking killed it. We had some smaller hunts, of course, starting them out, but some duck hunts on a farm pond, and we were shooting black ducks, but it was just perfect. A couple hunts, it was like singles and pairs. he got to watch them come all the way in, get shot, marked. They fell right in front of him, so it was easy. And it was after that, man, you just seen it look. It clicked in his eye.
That light bulb shines brighter and brighter and
Yeah.
brighter every hunt, and I love watching that.
So I'm definitely excited for Goose this year. He's it's yeah, man. I can't say anything else, man. Always loved hunting with a dog, and continue honestly, and it wouldn't be the same going out, if I didn't have a dog.
Yeah. Do you ever do any hunt tests, field trials, anything with him?
No, I haven't. Never done one with any of my dogs, honestly. And got some buddies that do, and they got some freaking phenomenal dogs. And he's definitely showing me up when I'm hunting with him. It's his dog is holding steady, and Remy used to lose his mind, dude. And there was one where he had the dog blind in tow right behind him. But no, it's out west, got to hunt with some guys that like some Southern Oak kennel dogs and whatnot.
That's
some,
awesome.
some phenomenal dogs and dog handlers. And then even at the one place in Kansas I worked at, it was a upland bird ranch, and each guide was assigned 4 dogs, and so at the time, shoot, I think we had close to like 120 dogs down in the kennel. It's a big operation out there, and 20 of them were labs, and the rest of them were different breeds of pointing dogs. So, and I got to run basically everything there, and got to see each dog and how they worked and their quirks and all that stuff. It was, I knew if I took out, 10-year-old Jesse, the Brittany, he was just going to be on autopilot. But, if I went and I got, 4-year-old Hunter, an English pointer, I got to keep both hands on the steering wheel with him, swinging them back around. But that was also, another thing that, really sparked it for me with hunting with a dog, seeing what they can do and all that.
Absolutely.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah, that was my dad's bread and butter when he was younger, was pointing dogs. He loved GSPs. Yep.
Yeah, Dad grew up with Brittany's. Every single one of them was named Rocky, because Pop-Up loved the first one so much, he just kept naming the next one Rocky, kind of following the series, I guess. But it's no, they're all great dogs, man, and that's like I said, couldn't see hunting without them.
Is that him right there? I thought I heard him.
Yeah, he was running around with the girlfriend dog. They're messing around with each other. So
yeah,
but
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah, but
so
when that
you talked about hunting a little bit in New York. Is it what it's all cracked up to be? I mean, you hear a lot of guys going to New York in early season to kill September geese. I
mean, man, it's you catch them. You catch them on the right day, and I've kind of hunted a little bit all the eastern part of the state, south and north, all the way up and down. And yeah, it's definitely upper part of the state. It's definitely it's you catch them on the right day. It's you guys better be ready, because they're coming. You got a good north wind, man, and they're pushing.
Oh, yeah.
It's flock after flock some days.
Really?
It's just being in the right place, man. Being amongst them.
So now let's talk about that. With New Jersey, I don't know how it is up there. Is there a lot of state land, a lot of state fields like we have down here?
It's more public wood blocks, honestly. There's very few public fields around me.
Okay, so I can assume you're running a lot of traffic on birds.
Yeah, for the most part. It's we have a few fields that once the crops get kicked or get picked, like they're going there. But yeah, we definitely run a lot of traffic. So which is one of my best to it.
Absolutely. What there's more calling, more involvement, more detail oriented with traffic. I love it. We almost primarily run traffic. It's very, very rare we go on the X.
Yep.
What would you say is the most? I mean, obviously being on the X, they want to be there anyway. So what does your spread look like differently from hunting an X to running traffic during migratory season?
So I mean, X, I'm gonna kind of see how many birds are hitting the field. You know, kind of go off of how many I'm going to run. You know, I'm not, you know, say there's, you know, say it's early season, you know, we're hunting a field, you know, with, let's just say 100 out there. You know, I'm not going to go throw out 400 decoys,
Yeah.
you know, 300, whatever it may be. So I'm going to kind of see how many birds are hitting the field and kind of going from that. And then when I'm hunting migrators, I'm throwing everything that I got out. I'm running everything, you know, big, wide, a lot of pockets, strings coming, you know, kind of going towards the, you know, the downwind side, whatnot. Yeah, then I'm running upwards, you know, shoot, I've thrown out 40 dozen on a migrator hunt, just throwing everything at them. You know, if I'm getting out in a big, you know, big open field, visibility, and just kind of getting under that traditional flight line, you know, from what we've seen in the past, you know, and it's, you know, the one spot, you know, it's, you know, we did good last year. We didn't get as many, you know, north wind days as we were kind of hoping for at the end of the month, but yeah, it's and that's what I would do. I mean, yeah, be visible, be hit, obviously.
Yep.
You know, take the extra step on, you know, brushing up your blind and all that, and yeah, run it big, run it wide, give them a lot of, you know, pockets to land in, and yeah, stay aggressive on the calls too. You know, your calling obviously is going to vary, you know, with what you're chasing, with your resident birds and then your migrators. So
Are you big on? So I do have two questions about your spread. Are you transferring into the silhouette game? Or are you still a full body guy?
so I've been mainly running silhouettes. Shoot, now probably the last 6 years or so. I mean, primarily just silhouettes.
Really?
You know, like during the regular season, you know, stuff like that. Later in the year, you know, I'll start filtering in some full bodies and kind of giving them something else to look at. But you know, for the most part, you know, for majority of the season, running nothing but silhouettes. You know, and that's always seemed to work real good for us. You know, but yeah, like I said, with migrators, yeah, I'm throwing out silhouettes, shells, full bodies, everything that I got. So
Now, how about the A-frame versus layout blind? And now, once again, I know it's situational, and if you are in the right setup, we do like to run A-frames. But will you set A-frames in an open field?
I have before, and it's you know, I've stuck, you know, 4 A-frames out in the middle of a field, you know, and just gone and cut, you know, cedar branches, oak branches, whatever. Just make it a huge brush pile out there.
Yep.
And yeah, no problem. Cut cornfield, grass field, same, you know, done it, you know, both times, you know, where we put multiple A-frames up next to each other out in the middle of the field. And yeah, you get decoys out in front, you know, kind of keeping, you know, their eyes off of you a little bit more. But yeah, I've done it before. And then yeah, for the most part, we kind of bounced it back and forth last year. Like primarily, we'll hunt out of the panel blinds, you
I
know,
love my panel
on the
blind.
edge. I mean, and all the hunting that we, you know,
Sorry, Ryan's
it's
getting the charger for the laptop. So he missed out on the
uh,
question he was going to ask.
all good. Um, like last year, we bounced back and forth between the panel and the layouts, and yeah, just kind of depended on the situation. Uh, for the most part, yeah, we're going to be running out of a panel, you know, sitting on buckets, comfortable and all that. But yeah, it was definitely more panel blind last year, but we definitely, you know, hunted out of the layouts too as well.
So, are you very specific? I know you said with your goose calls you like the molt gear. Are you brand orientated with any of your decoys, your gear, anything like that?
I mean, with the silhouettes, I've stuck with the dye bombs
Okay.
lately. You know, they just they work for me, and you know, it's and then full bodies. You know, I kind of shoot, I got the old first gen, greenhead gear full body honkers. You
Okay.
know, so on this, motion bases and and stagnant decoys, but um, you know, I don't get really too wrapped up in that, man.
Fair
I
enough.
got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, it's got a buddy. He uses a different, silhouette company and whatnot, and that's his choice. But yeah, I don't hold anything,
Yeah.
whatever works best for you, and everybody's different. So, but Yeah, the dive bombs work great for me. Greenhead gear, I think, is no that full body to me is one of the better ones still to this day. I think and don't get me wrong, I love an Avian X honker, or a Dave Smith, of course,
Yeah.
but
Who's got that kind of money though?
no, exactly. I ain't got money for that stuff, but
Now, what do you do for your snow goose hunts? Do you spread in the full bodies, or just mostly socks and silos? Like, what do you go through
yeah.
on your usual one?
So like a snow goose hunt, yeah, we'll mainly run in socks and silhouettes. I have started to kind of throw out, like some honker full bodies, kind of off to the side.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of more bodies out there for them to kind of look at. And yeah, that's for the most part. Definitely got to expand the snow spread a little bit more. But we're running upwards, like 90 dozen or something like that. Like it's a good chunk,
Yeah.
obviously. But
So
it's
I was gonna follow up with that. Is that more of a numbers game for you? Just try to get as many out there as you possibly can.
for snow geese.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Because we're with these greater shows, it's I think that's the best because I mean they're so hard to hunt.
Yeah.
It's either and same thing. They're like resident geese. Down there, man. They're freaking hopping in fields every day. And there's a lot of guys chasing them. But yeah, I would definitely think numbers with snow geese is definitely your go to.
That's what he says. You
Trying.
can never have enough.
No. Yeah. In my
No.
opinion, I think right now personally. So we hunt with a guy that has a bunch, and I think I have 15 dozen. My plan was to have
Mhm.
120 dozen by conservation season, but plans took a different turn. I bought an enclosed trailer, upgraded the honker spread, and all that. But
Yep.
yeah, it's to me, it's completely a numbers game. A numbers game, and if you can't get on the X, be damn well near it.
Yep. Exactly.
I feel
Exactly.
like that's
Turn them heads, man.
yeah. I feel like that's the hardest. One of the harder things to do is run traffic on snow geese because they
Oh,
know
absolutely.
where they want to be.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, and like it's there's so much pressure on them, up and down the Northeast. It's and two, they just kind of, I've seen it up in upstate New York, man, where yeah, even up there, they're still just flying right on by you, man.
Yep.
It's and yeah, it's real hard to get them broke down. It's so, but they're always fun to chase. Extend the season, man. Even if our asses kicked,
That's
still
pretty
good.
much
Fun.
why I hunt them.
Yeah.
Mhm. So a little revenge on them every now and then, but we'll see what they do with the conservation order. It's I don't see it going away with us up here, anytime soon. But it's kind of seeing Texas drop theirs and whatnot.
I did see
But
that. Yep.
so it's I think that's another hopefully not, but might be coming down the line because yeah, it's I don't see us shooting a whole bunch of them on this side of it,
No.
over here.
I mean, we've seen. I don't know about you, but we've seen less and marginally less and less the last few years.
Have you? Yeah, they're definitely pushing out more west.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's I know some buddies out in central PA that yeah they shoot the hell out of them.
PA gets
and
them
it
good.
and then even then too they're saying they're definitely pushing out quicker. And yeah, they don't stay around, like they used to. They're, once they get up from wherever they are down south, they're just, yep, we're not stopping until we get north of the border, and then, oh, but yeah, man, like I said, they're still fun to chase, and it's something new to learn, and too, you never stop learning in this, in this sport,
Oh, absolutely.
but it's they're a totally different animal, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is hair pulling. Last year we were hunting. I mean, it was the second hunt you didn't go on that one. It was pouring rain. First time I ever hunted out of a pit blind, and I mean we were 1,000 yards from the X. We were very close, half a mile, and it wasn't like there was a road or trees that broke it up. It was the next field over, and we watched probably 10,000 snow geese just fly right over, just 60, 70 yards in the air, not even look at us. Keep going.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we'll see, man. We got some new ground, run around on, and they typically kind of go towards that area, late winter, spring. So we'll see. Might be able to pick around a little bit more at them up by me this year. So
There you go. Now, do you just run goose hunts, or do you
Yep.
run duck? So you are just Canada's.
Yep,
And, okay.
just honkers for right now. We'll do some snow geese and whatnot. But yeah, primarily we're gonna be chasing honkers. So
Fair enough. Now, so do you duck hunt a lot on your own when the season's in?
yeah, so I got some good buddies that I go with, and yeah, we kind of bounce around the state. We got some spots up in North Jersey. We'll start out early, and then yeah, late in the winter, we'll go down south and kind of jump around there. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, we'll stay around where we are, and yeah, it's just strictly buddy hunting for the ducks. So.
Fair enough.
It's kind of a more personal question. What do you think is the most pretty duck out of all of them? Just out of curiosity.
Oh man.
If you had to only pick one.
Don't let your New Jersey bias get in the way.
I know it. You know what I'm going man. I mean, you can't go wrong with a wood duck. I mean, wood duck. Yeah.
When I say New Jersey biased, I meant black duck.
I was
thinking black duck too, man.
Black duck on the.
Either there. I mean, can't go wrong with a late season mallard, though,
No,
man. Yeah, I was really torn, honestly, between a woody and a black duck. I mean, I don't know. We get so spoiled with them, man.
We do.
I'm gonna start making a tally every time we ask that, and somebody says black duck. I'm putting a tally there.
There we go. I know it, man. It's hard to choose, but yeah, wood duck or black duck.
Do you have
or late season?
Do you have a favorite mount?
Mount?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got mostly right now. I got deer skulls hanging up all over the freaking place. I've got 2 honkers from last year that I'm getting a dead mount done with them.
Yeah, I want to get one this year.
And eventually I want to do kind of like a full limit of honkers and ducks. Do some mallards, some black duck, woody, stuff like that, and have it all on one big dead mount.
Oh, that would be cool. Have you seen the? I can't remember who posted it, but it was an old Chevy tailgate.
Yes.
And they did the pile of mallards.
I think it was one of the boys down in Texas.
Probably.
I think oh shoot. But yeah, dude, that was I sent that to the girlfriend. I'm like, yep.
Make room.
One day.
Yeah.
That's right. Right above the fireplace. Come on now.
So do you ever
Yeah, that was
do you ever do any kind of coastal duck hunting at all? Buffleheads, bluebills?
not a whole. I mean, last we did a trip down to AC, and yeah, honestly, we shot nothing for black ducks.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
shot a 5-6 man of black ducks, and that
That's
was
awesome.
it. Other than that, no, I don't really. I don't get out to the coast much, and chase them out there. I'd like to. That'd be fun, get a couple cool birds for the wall, stuff like that. It's honestly, man, once goose season's in, that's what I'm chasing.
Yeah.
I'll shoot my deer, get done with that, But yeah, once regular season comes in, I'm chasing geese. So
Yeah, I think we only duck hunted. I mean, if we duck hunted 8 times last year, I'd be surprised. It was mainly the geese.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And that's how it'll be for me always. I mean,
yep. And it was kind of hit or miss, around us. It was we just never. I mean, we got them, last couple weeks, last week or 2 of the season, our duck,
yeah.
But
okay.
other than that, yeah, it was kind of hit or miss for us last year. So we had a shitload of geese, though. I know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hopefully we see them. I mean, I know residential season this year, it's going to be pretty good around here. I mean, like we were talking before, I know you said you got some good numbers up there.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every day, man. It's cooler temperatures every morning. It's freaking. I'm getting amped for it.
This Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday have been amazing.
Uh-huh.
Like you
Weather,
said,
weather. I'm ready for it.
like you said, get me all bricked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I walked outside. I'm like, man, I'm chilly. I need a hoodie. I was excited.
that's great. I'm sure you boys have seen it, but Waterboy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The football coach. You can barely understand. Oh, Bobby
Yeah.
the part where he's squeezing his nipples. That's been me walking out of the door. I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's freaking go.
So, do you have any kind of traditions or anything like that for opening day? Any special thing you do
Um,
besides kill geese? We got that covered.
I mean, I started doing this last year. After I put Remy, my old dog, man. So his thing was, we'd always stop at Wawa or whatever, and I'd get, either a Boston cream donut or something like that, And the bastard would always eat it on me, So I started getting 2 of them last year, and just for, and this was after he was put down and whatnot, So, hey, just something like that, But honestly, no, man, I'm cranking, heavy metal on the way to the field. I'm freaking bouncing off the walls, running red lights and all that stuff, It's yeah, man, just I honestly can't really think of any traditions like that, man. Yeah. So that one's just more of a little personal thing for me, I guess.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now, Ryan, you got anything? Now, before we wrap it up, is there any one story, one hunt, one goose, one duck that sticks out in your mind as one of your more memorable hunts? Even if it's a retrieve that your dog made, something that sticks out that you think of a lot when you go hunting.
So there was a hunt a few years back where it was just me and Remy, and went out to a place where we hunted, God, freaking 1,000 times before, but it was snowing. I drove the whole rig out there, set the whole rig by myself. It was late season, throwing the kitchen sink at them, whatever, But, and this was when it was a 2-bird limit. Yep. So just, a couple of years back. But, no, man, I got a video of it. But, no, it was, had a pair come in. One sailed out, about 150 yards or so, but I sent Remy after him, and he chased this bird down and tackled it the whole nine, and it was just one of those hunts where it was just me and him. It was shitty weather. We were in the, God, we hunted that field, a number of times that season. They were smart. It was just kind of one of those, hell with it, we're going out. Just me
absolutely.
And him. It's. Man, that's I mean, yeah, that'd be tough. There's been so many great hunts with so many great people over the years that, like, some out in Kansas that freaking we cut a hole in the ice, out in the frozen lake and set every decoy on it, and clients were like, the crazy Cajuns, we called them, man, God bless them.
The coon asses.
Oh my God, dude, they were they were from Louisiana, man, they were great. And I never had a bad client out of Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And 2, they're always going to show up to camp and they're always going to do the cooking. So it was great. So I mean that would be one hunt, more of the recent hunts, I would say that I definitely will think about, and kind of remember it, So
gotcha. I gotcha. Now
it's tough.
Before we end, is there anything else that we may have skipped over that you want to talk about? You want to cover anything like that?
No, man. This whole thing's been great, man. Really appreciate you guys having me on, and it's been great talking with you guys. And we definitely got to get together this year and shoot some geese, man.
Absolutely, I'd be down.
You guys are more than welcome anytime. So,
all right,
we'll definitely have to find out.
Do you have any dates open?
Actually, I don't have them with me right now, but anybody that wants to reach out to me, so we've got Instagram, Facebook page, Turning Point Outdoors. Be sure to get on there and DM any questions. I'll be able to answer them, no problem. Man, and we're posting on there. We're kind of showing what we did last year, and hoping for another good year this year. So,
all right, man. And right back to you. It was great talking to you. Hopefully we get together this year and get some hunting in it. I think it'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man.
Can't run the dogs together. That'd get confusing.
No, that's a freaking
geese.
That's the thing. It's all good.
All right, Scotty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks so much.